Well, good afternoon everyone, and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now today I thought I'd show you something just a little bit different than what I do show you, and we'll have a look at two or three different plants, and I'll trying to tell you something about them. Now this one is Paphiopedilum Phalaenopsis, and it's in one of those Lacusa pots, and you can see on the left hand side that glass vial with a red thing sticking up. Well, that's a float that tells you how much you've got in the, how much water you've got in the bottom. So it's it seems to be doing fine in this, and the material is called PON, I think it's called, and it seems to be doing fine. The flower is just about to open, and it's been like this for a few months now, so just missed the last show, so it might be open for the next. Now, as far as Paphiopedilums go, this Phalaenopsis, they come from the Himalayan regions, and you can get an album variety, which is what they call the green variety. I don't know why people like albums, because I mean, we grow orchids for the colour. So, as I've said it before, what's the point in breeding the colour out? You know, just to make a different variety. Colour's the be-all and end-all of orchids, in my mind. Now these plants, they grow mainly as lithotypes. That means they grow in between calcareous rocks in the moss and leaf litter in between. So if you're planting these, always add a little bit of calcium to the medium. They flower in late autumn or winter, and they grow during spring and summer when they require quite a lot of water. Coming up to winter and flowering time, it sounds a bit silly that when they're flowering you've got to reduce the water for them, and the temperatures of these, well, the maximum temperature is around about 23 degrees, being up in the Himalayas, and down to about 12. But there are a lot of different varieties of this one, and some of them can go down to freezing, you know, and the top temperature of 16, 17 degrees. But when you buy a Phalaenopsis, you just don't know which one it is, so you have to experiment. They're quite easy to grow once you get them going, and they're quite easy to flower. But I find it difficult, as this one is. It's just a single growth. It's been in there a long time, and it's still a single growth. You know, so this one is going to be, what, 3-4 years before it flowers again? So the idea is to get multiple growths on these, which I don't think I've ever seen them, and you don't see many at the shows. So that's it for Phalaenopsis. So let's get on to the next one. Now this is an Epidendrum, and to my mind epidendrums are quite easy to grow indoors. But if you grow them indoors, they require a vast drop in temperature at night, around about 9-12 degrees, something like that, of a drop. And like all orchids, they require free draining, moist conditions, and a humidity of around about, what let's just say, 60%, yeah, something like that. Now this isn't a very nice plant you've got in front of you. It's been neglected and given the wrong conditions. And what I did with this was I watered it throughout its rest period, and it didn't like it one bit. But you know, if you want to get the moisture, you can do quite easily by sitting it on a tray of pebbles with some water in, and not making sure the actual plant is in the water. This one, for some reason, started putting a growth up, and only 2 or 3 months ago at the most, and it looks like it's ready for flowering. I'll just get the camera and take it close in on that one. There you can see this one just coming into flower, and they're very, very beautiful flowers. They're quite big, but they're all in sort of white filaments, almost like lace. They're absolutely gorgeous. And the trouble is, this has only got the one growth. If it had 5 or 6 growths on, which it did have before I spoilt it, the absolute sight when they are in full bloom is, you know, it's a sight you would never forget. They're absolutely beautiful. That's Epidendrum ciliare, or ciliare. And well, there's no need to introduce you to this one. This was the Phalaenopsis that I grew in the fish tank, and it's got 2 lovely spikes on it, as you can see, and it's just budding up. There's not a lot I can say about these, is there? You know, you water them, keep them moist, and give them plenty of light, and away they go. A lot of people get trouble with the aerial roots all over the place, but it doesn't do them any harm, just to trim them occasionally. So that's the Phalaenopsis noid. I think it's a white one. See if we can get a close-up on the buds. Whoops. There they are. That one's budding up nicely. And the other one. That one's budding up. So it should be nice, that, when it's in full bloom. That's the Phalaenopsis. Well, the last one I want to show you is this plant. I went out and, believe it or not, I saw it, couldn't resist it, so I bought it. And it's a Dendrobium nobile. I thought I've never had one, so I'll see how I go with this one. And I'll just show you, it's absolutely gorgeous. I just couldn't resist it. Isn't that going to be beautiful when it flowers? No doubt I'll be making a video when it does flower. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely full of blooms. Dendrobium nobile. I'll make sure I keep this and reflower it for next year. It's in a funny kind of compost, very, very small. Very small bark in it, and a bit of peat, I think, so I'll get that out as soon as it's stopped flowering and repot it. So that's me new Dendrobium nobile. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you did so, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.